Anthony, your harness has been completed, so let's have a look at what we've got in here for you. So basically, there's your ECU. It's been flashed, manual application. It's been flashed as a early LS430. So O2 sensors has been removed. It's got a performance tune on here. It's going to give you about 10%, probably more performance. Okay, and that's pretty much that. Here is your extension harness. This is for your OBD2 and for your accelerator pedal, and that plugs into your engine harness via that connector. Okay, this is the documentation that goes with that. So this is I don't know, it's a 5 or 6 page document. It goes into quite a lot of detail. I can't really, but it's all you can see over there. It's got its double side print, so it's got all the info that you're going to need. Although it's plug and play, it basically tells you everything, what every terminal is and so on and so forth. Okay, same thing here. You have your main engine and dashboard client plug. So this is to do with the starting and the instrument cluster. And then again, you have a 5 or 6 page document in here that's going to go through every terminal, all troubleshooting, whatever. You should have no problems there. It's very straightforward, but it goes through exactly how to connect everything up. Okay, this is a 2-piece system here. Basically, it's a pass-through. Okay, it's a pass-through harness that goes from the back of the motor through into the ECU area, so that you can connect up things like reverse lights and speed sensors, whatever else you've got going on in there. Okay, and then you have your airflow meter housing. So we give these away with our wireless systems. Okay, because this on the standard airbox on the LS and so on is all integrated into the air housing, into the air filter housing, and it's pretty difficult to use in an engine swap. Okay, so that's all of that. Engine wise, we basically stripped down the harness. We've removed every single terminal, every seal, okay, every connector, and connectors that are still in good nick we've put back. So generally your coil connectors, those generally on these motors do not go bad. Your injector connectors, all of those have been replaced. This is for your variable intake length, okay, and your VVT cam sensor, okay. We put on an engine bracket over here, or harness bracket, okay. This is a connector over here that we add in for your temperature gauge, and there's a little stopper plug that you screw out underneath your EFI water temp sensor. Do not tap into that, it messes around with the ECU signal, okay. Throttle body connector for the motor of the throttle body, and then it runs down, so your your alternator is incorporated into the engine harness, okay. And then there's 4-pin connectors for your right hand O2 sensor. This last one over here is a 5-pin for your airflow meter, okay. Noise filter. This side we've removed the earth straps on this side, okay, so we've routed everything to the left hand bank, okay. You can see your sub harness is I'm not actually sure if you did supply it. It's it'll be shipped back in your box. We don't put it into our motor because obviously you've got to take off the whole intake manifold and stuff, and this connector that we've installed in ours is actually for our new harnesses. So we'll just put in a bridge connector just to excite the starter solenoid, so that we give her a test run. All of your earths come to this main earth strap over here on the left hand bank. Make sure that is properly tied in, and that you've got an additional earth strap from the cylinder head to your firewall, okay. And then this is that 6-pin connector where you can tap into for your reverse light, speed sensors, stuff like that, whatever you want to bring from from your transmission side. So you can see on the back here, you've got a red and you've got a brown. That's an ignition positive, okay, and then brown's obviously a ground. And then you've got your 3 green, so you've got green with different traces, and those run into the ECU area so that you can bring all your signals through. Okay, this side, same as the other side. All your injector connectors being replaced. Left-hand VVT cam sensor. Okay, evap's been deleted on the system. Okay, from ECU and whatnot. Oil control valve. You have your throttle position sensor. Runs down. Pre-VVT cam sensor. Goes to your aircon compressor clutch. Okay, it routes behind your aircon compressor and comes out over here for your cam position, or your cam sensor, crank sensor, crank position sensor, and then also goes down to your oil pressure switch over there. Okay, runs down, tees off, goes to your fuse block. So there you go. Inside your fuse block you have obviously all of your fuses. You've got your start relay, you've got your fuel control relays, EFI main relay, engine light. This is a removable bulb, so if it ever does go bad, you can just get a new bulb and stick it in there. It's an LED, it shouldn't go bad, but if it does, then yeah, never start the engine without this light in. The terminals are very close together, and if they do touch, it has got the chance of destroying your ECU. Your 2 fuel control relays, basically you've got one that gives you a 12 volt for if you want to control your fuel pump directly from the system. The other one's going to give you a ground output. It's not to control the pump, it's to control your existing fuel system in your vehicle. Okay, so a lot of Toyotas, they'll run FC. FC can't control 2 relays, so we basically got FC controlling the 1 relay, and then we've got that relay controlling this relay, handing out another ground as FC. So yeah, you've got the option of one or the other, not both together, but all of that is documented in your folder. Okay, and there's all your information on the back of the fuse box lid. Okay, so feature reference goes through your gland here for your ECU box. These are your climb plug for your running of the engine and whatnot. So we've just got our start stand plugged in here. It's basically just 3 wires to get it to run. Fuel ignition start, but you've got your rev counter, temperature gauge, oil light, charge light, aircon compressor clutch. Okay, and then this is the connector for your accelerator pedal and for your diagnostics port. So this is where that other patch harness plugs into and then goes into your vehicle, so you just plug it in basically. It's just a bridge connector, okay? And then here you've got your 5 ECU connectors. So yeah, what I'll do is I'm going to quickly put on the airbox or the air intake tube, plug in the airflow meter, plug in your ECU, connect up the pedal, plug in the diagnostics, and we'll give her a test run and a DTC scan. Okay, so I've put on the air intake tube, I've put on the plugged in the airflow meter. Okay, same housing as the one that we're supplying here. Okay, I've plugged in the right hand O2 sensor and the alternator, not that we need any of that for this, but it's all plugged in. And then coming around this side, I have plugged in your ECU. Obviously the engine stand's plugged into the 10-pin connector, and then here is this is your extension harness, so it runs over there, and I've plugged in a DTC or an OBD2 scanner, and I've plugged in our accelerator pedal. Okay, so we'll give her a run. This is the 4-pin, so these are the 4 green wires that come from the back of the engine harness. These are the return wires, okay, for whatever sensors you're going to be using for your transmission. Okay, so yeah, that should be it. I just need to put in the bridge for the starter solenoid, and then we'll give her a run. Okay, so I've put in the bridge just for the starter solenoid. I've taken off the lid of the fuse box, so you can see the engine light. When I switch on the ignition, engine light comes on. when I start it should go off if there's no trouble codes. So let's give her a crank here. Okay, so it's because I switched it off and on again, so let's just go back into this. He's running through all the different protocols. There we go, it's picked it up. And as you can see in the ECU, it's got 0 DTCs. A very cheap little scanner, but it's there's no fault codes. The proper one that I've got just takes too long to read and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's about it. If you've got any questions or anything like that, you let me know. But I think that everything should be pretty documented in the in all the documentation that you get with the motor. And if you do have any other questions, you just let me know.